I used to think that I was my own God. I used to think that I dictate my own destiny, that I write my own plans for my future, that I make myself a great person to be.
As a young boy, Fariborz grew up in a changing Iran. By the late 1970s, he'd witnessed both political and religious upheaval. But it wasn't the revolution that troubled this bright 8-year-old boy, but the growing doubts that were beginning to fill his young mind.
I remember it was shortly after the revolution. I was about only 8 years old. I decided to label myself as an atheist, somebody who did not believe in God, because I had seen so much controversy, so much contradiction within beliefs in general, all of them, that I just said, you know what, I don't want to have anything to do with any of these particular beliefs.
Because of Iran's uncertain future, Fariborz's parents sent their son to live in America with his older brother. But by the time he turned 12, Fariborz was becoming more confused and angry by the day.
Worst thing was that I was also away from my family, my parents, and my older brother was here, and I really didn't have much of that home love that I could go to and take refuge in.
Fariborz attended a strict religious school which forced him to take part in Christian activities. He rejected this religion in the same way he'd laid aside his Muslim faith.
I remember arguing with the priests for hours at a time. They used to tell me how important it is to follow in their footsteps, to follow the rituals, the laws, the rules, I used to call them. And at that time, I did not believe in God. And I was trying to persuade them that, look, what you're saying to me with your faith is not any different from other faiths. And they're all just a bunch of laws and rituals that you have to follow. It doesn't bring you any closer to God.
After 8 years, Fariborz's family was finally able to join him in the United States.
It was a miracle. It was nothing short of a miracle. It was a matter of consequence to me and my rationale at that time. So I was just so happy. I couldn't help but brag about my parents and spend every time, every moment of the day with them. Even going to school for me was difficult because I wanted to cherish those times.
But soon, that joy turned to sorrow as Fariborz saw his parents fighting and struggling to hold their marriage together.
I always wanted to think of my parents as a unit that always loved each other regardless. But knowing that they had challenges and difficulties was very, very painful for me.
Fariborz did well in school and was offered a full scholarship to USC with a chance to attend medical school. But the pressures at home forced him to choose a different path.
It was a normal thing for me to party with my friends and for us to just hang out. Although I was hanging out with these friends as a means to escape some of the challenges that I had at home, but still, I realized that deep inside I was still empty.
So Fariborz reluctantly accepted an invitation from a family friend to attend an Iranian Christian church near his home.
I did go anyways, just to be nice. And I actually started questioning the people at the church. It was an Iranian church, and they were singing and dancing. They were really, really happy, and there was a lot of love there. I was very skeptical.
So, over the next 6 months, Fariborz began to methodically question the teachings of Christianity.
Although I did not have any faith and I didn't believe in any particular religion, I found myself repeatedly going back to that church. Within the next 6 months, every Sunday, there was a part of me in my heart that drove me back to that church, and I kept on going there, and I was just so curious. I had lots of questions. So I started reading the Bible, and every time that I was reading it, as if another set of my questions were being answered.
Then the day finally came when 24-year-old Fariborz, the atheist, encountered the love of a living God.
Then I said, well, whoever you're up there, they call you God. Well, I'm going to call on you also, because these people have something special in their heart. They're loving you as if they've known you forever. And this love is not a human love. It's something that is coming from above, from someplace else. And I prayed in the same name that they prayed in. And I said, well, God, if that is truly you, then I want that. All of a sudden, my heart was filled with so much joy. It wasn't just emotion. Every bit of my soul, my body, my being knew that I'm tapping into something that I had never ever been exposed to.
And in that moment, Jesus began to change his life, a process that continues to this day. Today, as a husband and father of 2, Fariborz is bold in his faith and unafraid to proclaim that Jesus is the Lord of his life.
Jesus Christ is what I could not find in my past. Jesus Christ is all those things that I used to would think that I was myself. And I was not. I found Him to be the answer to everything that I was trying to find the answer to.